And good morning. All right, so I just thought this was a pretty cool picture, and I knew this was going to be a short lesson, and I really only had to kind of talk you through it. Didn't really show you anything, so I don't know. I just thought it might be kind of cool to look at this picture. Looks like it might be in Alaska, perhaps. I don't really know. It was just a picture I found, and I thought it was awfully pretty. I'm a mountain kind of person, not a beachy person. I think the beach is pretty, but I prefer the mountains. Okay. So let's look at section 18.5 in your book, which is on page 361. This is converting units, the same thing we've been working on. It says, though, what happens if you know the dimensions of a swimming pool in feet, but you want to know how many gallons of water it will hold? Or if you want to find a container to hold a bushel of apples. Sometimes it's necessary to convert between liquid, dry, and cubic units. The chart shows a few conversion ratios. Knowing these ratios, you can convert between the units as you have between other units. So here we have liquid customary to cubic. So 1 pint would be 28.875 cubic inches. You may want to write these down just to kind of have them close by. 1 quart to 57.75 cubic inches. Goes to a gallon. Then your dry customary to cubic. You've got a quart and a bushel and what that equals in cubic inches. So here's an example in the middle of the page. Convert 90 cubed inches or cubic inches to gallons. And see, there's the 3 different ways. We always use the one in the middle via the ratio shortcut. So we're going to put 90 cubed inches times the ratio with the unit on top that we were wanting, which we're wanting gallons. So we'll look up there and find what that ratio is. Well, it's 1 to 231. So we're going to put 1 on top there and then mark out the inches, and then you multiply 90 times 1 is 90, and then you divide and you get 0.39 gallons. All right, what about another example? Convert 15 cubic inches to cups. Now, since we don't know the conversion ratio between cups and cubic inches, you have to first convert to a ratio that you do know, or figure out the conversion ratio. We'll convert to pints and then to cups. So sometimes you may have to use a conversion that you don't know what the ratio is. So if that's the case, you'll want to use one that you know that's closest to it, that'll get you there. So let's look at the conversion via the ratio shortcut, the one in the middle that we always use. Okay, so they're going 15 cubic inches, and they want to go to cups. But they don't know the ratio from inches to cups, so they're going to go from inches to pints. And then they'll take pints to cups, because pints to cups is pretty easy too. So 15 cubic inches times 1 pint to 28.875 cubic inches times, now you're going to do the ratio cups to pints. And since we want cups, it goes on top, 2 cups over 1 pint. And when you do all the calculations, you get 1.04 cups. All right, now that is the end of section 18.5. So you are going to do the worksheet. Let me get this open and look at it and make sure. I don't think you're going to need any help on it. Yeah, it's a pretty simple, straightforward worksheet. Looks like you can use the calculator on all the sections, well, on sections 1, 2, and 3. So anyway, you're just going to do those conversions using those conversions right there on that page. Remember, if there's not a conversion exactly to what you need, convert it to something that's close enough to it to where you can convert again. So you might have to have 2 steps in there. Okay? Now, if you need any help, let me know, and I'll be happy to walk through these with you. But I'm thinking you're doing pretty good on conversion, so I'm thinking you'll be able to do this pretty well. So anyway, that will be all your lesson for today.